بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Inshallah, today we'll begin the series on the Zohari people, and we'll carry on for the next few weeks, bidnillah. This is a translation of a work I did in the group chat of my dear Sheikh Ta'us Sahib al-Tag al-Naqus. He's got a Telegram group. So if you wish to join that, I'll put the link in the description. It's in Arabic. And the whole point of that group is to spread the correct information regarding Ruhaniyat and all metaphysics and spirituality, okay? The Zohari has become a legend in our time, and talk about them has become widespread. When I went online on YouTube to see what the masses are saying on the topic, I was shocked about the amount of nonsense and the abundance of ChatGPT videos about this. Unaccountable, superstitious tall tales, all of this. But praise be to Allah, the goal of this esteemed group is to dispel the clouds veiling the hidden truth and to spread sound knowledge regarding the matters of metaphysics. First, what does Zohari mean? Wikipedia will tell you it means the lucky ones, or that it comes from the word azhar, which means luck in Arabic. This is incorrect. Those who I've known and treated were actually far more afflicted and unfortunate than anyone else I've ever met in my life. The word Zohari comes from Sifr ha-Zohar, one of the Kabbalah texts. And the word means the book of splendor or the light illumination. And Zohar, angel, as our Shaykh told us, is actually Iblis. The name is related to the planet Venus, and let's pause on this point for a bit. When we look at ancient civilizations, we see in the Roman mythology, for example, they had a deity worshipped for Venus called Lucifer, meaning light bringer. So this gives us the first clue about what the Zoharis are, or what is the zawhariyah. It is a conspiracy, a satanic conspiracy. It's a demonic magical project, and they even target people from Ahlul Bayt, because the Mahdi will come from them and they are the elite of humanity. Communities are more likely to follow them than they are to follow politicians or actors or singers. In fact, a large portion of people who are Zohari with the virgin palm, Kaf Bikr, have their ancestry tracing back to the Prophet Muhammad's family, peace be upon him. So how does someone become a Zohari? They become a Zohari because either their parents or their grandparents had a spiritual affliction. So this could be something like devil's touch or black magic or anything of the like. Devil's touch is mas shaitani. It's can get to the levels of severe possession, or could be something more minor. And there's different types. There's mas ashiq, there's mas muntaqim, so a lover's mess, or vengeful mess, which is like you harm someone from the jinn, then they even unknowingly harm someone from them, and then they seek revenge on you. Or could be mu'tadi, so they just transgress upon you, like that. There's like different types. That's how it happens. So one of the parents or one of the grandparents has this, and it's passed on to the child. It's more likely to be the mother than the father, simply because this affliction comes from the X chromosome. So there's a less of a chance that it's passed on from the father, because it's XY chromosome for the male, XX for the female. Okay. So this is how someone becomes Zohari. And they're born with this, and they live with this. Okay. So why are there even Zoharis out here? It's a conspiracy. It's a demonic conspiracy. They want to create elite sorcerers and magicians to help bring about the Dajjal and to harm as many people as possible. the Zohari's qareen is not like the other qareens. Everyone has a qareen. However, everyone has like a small level shaitan from the eggs of Iblis. The Zohari would have a Ifrit or a Marid or even one of the jinn sorcerers. And if it's one of the jinn sorcerers, then his job would be to get this person killed. So he'll be trying to kill this person. Whereas the normal person's qareen will just whisper evil thoughts into their ear and get them to do malice or commit kufr or commit any kind of anything, any sin, any sinful activity. There's more Zoharis out there in regions that had or still have a large presence of the I love money people. Yeah, I can't say them because I'll get everything banned. Yeah, the I love money control banks and those people. Because it's related to the types of sorceries that the Kabbalah sect practices. The Zohari will have stronger powers when it comes to things like kashf, detections, examinations, all of this. Even without the processes that we do. So the geomancy that is done by a Zohari will be stronger than the geomancy done by the layman. If he's doing kashf with a spirit, he will be a lot more accurate and give much more detail than someone who's not Zohari. So their spiritual powers, when they are Ruhani, or even if they're a Sahir, will be a lot greater than the average person's, who also learns and practices this art, or these arts. Because of these powers that the Zohari has, he becomes much more attractive to Iblis and the Shayateen. So they must be much more diligent and strive harder than anyone else towards righteousness. Because there's no middle ground here. Either going to be the most righteous or the most corrupt. That's just how it is with these people. Can a Zohari control his or her zawhariyah? Let's pause at this point. It must be understood that the Zohariyah, as mentioned, is a devilish project to prepare the elite of the sorcerers. Secondly, 90% of those involved in the spiritual fields are either possessed, or they're sorcerers and black magicians, or they're frauds, except for those who Allah has mercy upon. So, if you go on social media and you see content on things like how to activate your Zohari, you have to be cautious because this is part of the same trap. You or the Zohari are desired by Iblis and his followers. They're trying to recruit you. So be aware of the traps he's setting for you. And this is a spiritual war to the end of the time. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ, and do not follow the footsteps of Satan. Indeed, he is to you a clear enemy. Okay? So, they were plotting on you before you were even born, from the mess or the black magic that your parents had. Now you understand how they're working against you. Whoever does not have a sheikh, his sheikh is shaitan. So when you see people prescribe chants or awrad or litanies for the Zoharis, it's for them to try out on their own without a guide, and this will only make it easier for them to go astray. Because you have to remember, being born with this mark is part of the demonic recruitment plan. It's a demonic recruitment plan. See, look, if a Zohari just puts a drop of blood on a random scribble
and he believes that this will kill someone, that person will die. Never mind about talismans and sigils and squares and grids and all the rest of it, and conjurations and like all of that. Like the Zohari doesn't need all of that. He's stronger than someone who has that. Okay? So, this is why they need to be extra careful. And everyone claims that they're righteous and they'll only help people. But here's the thing, most do eventually end up becoming sorcerers. The shaitan might even help one of them become a Ruhani. So when he wants to flip them to become a magician, he doesn't need to teach them all the things from starting from zero. Okay? But do not be afraid, because the one who overcomes all of this and controls these powers will still be amongst the God-fearing and most righteous, but he needs to do it the right way and find a guide and find someone who's excelling in the field. But he will struggle from the beginning, and he'll have a long struggle ahead of him. Because, again, the Qareen is a powerful Afrit or a Marid, or even from the Sahir of a Jinn, the Jinn Sahir. That's whose Qareen is, unlike the average person. Inshallah, the next lesson we'll discuss the different traits and how to identify whether or not you are a Zohari. Remember, these are innocent people, okay? They just got caught up in a trap set for them without their knowing. Yeah, until they choose to become the Sahir or sorcerer. This is just an innocent person. So, until the next lesson, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.